Whether you're choosing the Gladiator or Lancer in Final Fantasy XIV, changing your White Mage into a Gambler in Bravely Default 2, or promoting one of your students into a Pegasus Knight in Fire Emblem 3 Houses, these examples not only give the player the freedom of choosing who they want to play, but how they play and experience these masterpieces. And this is all due to the feature Square Enix implemented, the job class system. The job system, including classes such as the Warrior, Black Mage, and Thief, was added in Square's Final Fantasy III in 1990 on PC, 94 in the NES, and eventually remade onto the Nintendo DS in 2006. This was technically the first introduction to a job class system, letting players change their default Onion Kid starting class, now known as a Freelancer, into more specialized classes such as the White Mage for healing and support, or Knight for defense and attack. However, due to its bare-bone limitations, the job system was more commonly known to be introduced in Final Fantasy V on the NES, released in 1992. Final Fantasy V further expanded on the job system by including 26 different classes that not only had distinct stats, moves, and spells in their arsenal, but also had their own separate class experience that was gained in combat over time, which unlocked unique class ability. This addition allowed players the freedom of choice and expression, as they could build a unique party of 4 to tackle the game however they wanted. The implementation of the job class system revolutionized the turn-based strategy genre of JRPGs forever, as it allowed flexible party customization and added tactical depth to every journey and encounter. This freedom of flexibility meant each player's experience was unique, as they could build whatever party composition they thought was best or optimal for fights and challenging boss battles. Parties could be handcrafted for strategy and adaptability to overcome difficult obstacles by having offensive and defensive coverage, useful for exploiting enemy weaknesses, and by forming tactical synergies with different party members. This shift in class choice and seemingly endless party combinations only further increased the replayability factor, as each playthrough could be experienced differently just by switching out different jobs and classes. This gave the community massive player agency by empowering players to shape and experience growth to their liking. If you liked optimizing and min-maxing, great, go nuts. If you hated grinding and wanted more of a challenge, you could do that too by being more tactical and strategic with your party lineup. When it comes to other great turn-based games such as Dragon Quest XI, which if you haven't played yet, highly recommend it, games like these lack an actual job system that allow you to fully change your quote-unquote class, as it would negatively affect or take away from the narrative experience envisioned by the developers, where the hero and his friends go through their own journey. Each character has their own unique abilities and skills that match their archetypes, just as it wouldn't make sense to have the Arboreal Sages, Veronica and Serena, which are the game's typical black and white mages, to change to unrelated classes such as Knights or Rogue. This is also shown in games like Octopath Traveler 1 and 2, where each character has their own purpose and story, and can be switched in and out of the party, however you see fit for the journey. This feature has not only revolutionized turn-based combat, but has even impacted other gaming genres, like action RPGs and games like Yakuza with its Dragon job system, and different vocation jobs in Dragon's Dogma, and even job advancements in MapleStory. Incredible that something as simple as a job class system made in 1990 would have such a massive impact and revolutionize the genre as we know it today, decades later. As talented as Square Enix is today, as well as other creative developers, I can't wait to see what's in store for us passionate gamers in the future. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say a huge thank you, and I'd love to know your thoughts on the topics. If this kind of content interests you, consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. As far as outros go, I still